Hello, my name is Tochi Adesanya. As you can hear the name, it's both a combination of Lagos blood and Abia blood. My parents showed me that Nigeria actually at the underneath are accommodating, but at the upper level it seems as if we are not together as a nation. Um, I decided to make these videos, and I might be making series of more videos depending on how people respond to my initial videos, um, to be able to respond to discussions that come around this, what I'm about to say today. First of all, my condolences go to the families of those who lost their life in Ondo State, and not just Ondo State, I mean in the whole part of the country, based on all this unknown gunmen killing and the religious killing that we are now seeing more frequently in Nigeria. And this brings me to the reason why I decided to make this video. I'm speaking to a whole lot of Nigerians, and I'm seeing one singular thing happening. There's a whole lot of fear and disbelief that there is hope for this nation. And this is the reason why I feel it is time for people like me who still have this clear understanding, to be able to make this video to make us understand that there is big hope. And it's because there is hope very close at the corner for Nigeria that most of these crises are now increasing. See, for any good thing to happen, it always has to go through the fire. And I feel what Nigeria is going through is what you call the fire. This is a tactic used by people, by these people to try and increase fear and increase doubt of us hoping that anything good can happen. And while we are doubting and we are afraid, what begins to happen is they begin to divide us, and then they begin to rule us, right? And we shouldn't allow that be. We shouldn't allow fear to create a whole lot of doubt in us. Then what we have done is we've allowed them to win. But instead, what is happening should inspire us, like inspire us to actually want something better. We are 200 million Nigerians. A few political leaders up there, not even up to a million of them, or probably if they are 10 million of them, should not threaten our resolve. I mean, it shouldn't. If we begin to focus more on what makes us a strong nation, why they truly call us the giant of Africa, it's not because of our mineral resources. I mean, those are added advantage, but the true reason why they call us giant of Africa is because of our population. 206 million plus people, the largest black nation in the world. That is a powerful economic power. And not only that, we also control a large deposit of mineral resources. So this brings me to my own suggestion on what we should be doing in response to all this. We should begin to form communities. Yeah, today, because of the increase in distrust, misaccountability happening not only at the political, even at the grassroots level, there's a whole lot of mistrust. And so everybody wants to build his own thing. Everybody is single-minded as me, myself, my family. If we continue this way, we are not going to get anywhere. It is time for us to begin to come together under very organized structures, right, to form much more stronger, formidable communities, right? To form collaborations, partnerships. There are tools that we can use for this. We have cooperatives, we have clubs. We can form strong clubs, form strong cooperatives. These are very powerful tools if well used and well managed, can see the people return back to power, can see the people take back their life and begin to determine and decide what exactly they want for themselves. Nigeria can work. In fact, I will break it to you. If we look away from all the bad things, the noise, we look deep in, we will discover something. It's actually easy to fix Nigeria if there are united fronts. So it's not even about electing the best president right now, which is good. It contributes and make it easy. But if that president doesn't have support from over 65% of the geopolitical zones, I mean, it's still going to be difficult for that president to make any move. Because if you actually look at the map of Nigeria, you understand what I'm trying to say. The land space is not properly divided, and that on its own it's a problem. So we need to look at how to expand the economy away from only Lagos State, Kano, Port Harcourt maybe, but majorly Lagos State. What stops Lagos State from powering economies in other states? I mean, and expand economic vibrance in other states. I mean, today now, everything is going digital, meaning you can be in any state and still be able to get things done. I mean, Lagos State is producing rice with Kebbi. Kebbi is doing the production, Lagos State is doing the milling. So meaning industrialization can spread using the strength of one state economy or multiple state economy. So we should begin to look at ways in which we as business people, entrepreneurs like myself, can collaborate across states and power our different economy. And the reason why we need to focus on the economic solutions while we also look at the political solution, but also look at the economic solution, is because the more jobs you create, the more ability for people to afford things, the more local consumption increase. Meanwhile, that means we also need to start looking at how to be productive locally. Our universities should start working, meaning we should be able to find ways to also fund the education from the primary level to the university level. I mean, these are things that, yes, we are looking for our political leaders to do, but what stops our corporate organization to dedicate a portion of their profits to fund research in education, to fund universities, scholarships in primary school, secondary school? I mean, with over more than 2,000 big companies we have in this country, we should have at least over 500 of them that can dedicate nothing less than 10 million naira each to funding education and education research for the purpose of local productivity and skill improvement. We don't need to wait for government to be able to fund everything. There are many ways we can be able to rebuild our society. Like I said earlier, this is not the time for us to allow the bad happenings. I mean, I woke up in January buying spaghetti 250. Today, I'm buying it at 400. And that means that if we don't find a solution to this inflation, which cannot be done by policy, it can only be done by increasing local productivity, reducing the demand for foreign goods, and increasing the demand, meaning instead of you saying you want to go and buy these goods and bring in, look for a way to produce or tell that company to come and produce it locally. I know the next thing you will say is electricity. Yes, I see estates, residential estates being built and powered, right? What stops us from also creating an estate majorly for the purpose of production and power it? So we have a huge estate where we have more than 20 or 30 companies, manufacturing companies, and they are all powered within that estate with an integrated gas power plant, and probably the surrounding environment with residential for their staff. And all. I mean, there are many things we can begin to look at that we are ignoring that can begin to change the tides. I believe this will raise a lot of questions. I'm willing to respond to questions in my other series, and I'm willing to discuss, creatively about whatever arguments you may have or whatever position you might take. But I think this is a time for us to now sit down and have a proper discussion on how we can create very strong communities. I mean, if we have communities in our small communities, it will be difficult for unknown gunmen, because by the time unknown people enter our communities, we'll be able to identify them easily. And this is the reason why community is very important. Community is very important. In those days while we were growing up, you can't enter an area without us knowing who you are, because everybody knows everybody. And when a new person comes into an area, everybody knows that a new person is in that area. This was one of the reasons why crime was not that much, because if you are going to do any crime, it's easy for people to trace it back to you, right? And in our villages today, it's the same thing. You commit any crime in the village, they know who you, they know where the compound you come from, they know your father, they know your mother. I mean, I think this is a time for us to begin to look strongly on strategy. I don't have any ultimate solution on creating this, but I suggest a platform, a cooperative, a club, a community platform to be able to create this. And this can be done both at individual level and at business level. Right, businesses can start forming collaboration at different levels to support individual communities and also give back funds to the community. You can dedicate a portion of your profits back to your customers, so your customers can have more money to spend. And the more your customers have money to spend, the more you can sell, the more your competitors can, the more your vendors can sell. I hope this video is going to trigger some creative and constructive debates. This is the reason why I'm doing this video, and I might do more of this depending on the response I get about this video. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share, and thank you for those who actually sat down to watch this through. Have a beautiful day, and Nigeria can be better if we work together.